Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am the Grand Cat and today we are playing a little bit more of Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links and we have this weird event going on where we are playing football and we're trying to do as much damage as possible and that the game doesn't end until we end our turn. So what I decided to do is I'm going to make a Shooting Star Dragon which is hopefully going to be able to attack 5 times. And we are just going to equip 3 Power of the Guardians to it. And we're going to hope that that is efficient enough to get us an S rank. I'm going to activate the skill here to allow us to summon a Formula Synchron and put 3 tuners on the top of our deck. And this here is exactly what we're going to rely on. So that's 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5. Okay, we've got all 5 tuners. So he's going to be able to attack 5 times. We're going to equip 3 Power of the Guardian. And what this does is each time we declare an attack, our monster is going to gain 500 attack and 500 defense. So let's see how many attacks we can actually get off here. So I mean it is 5, but let's see what it goes up to. So we're going to gain 1500 every single time. So that's 2. This is the third one. Number 4. And then number 5. I'm sure there's better ways to make even more damage. I just can't think of it off the top of my head. And that is literally all of our attacks. You only get 1 turn, and you deal as much damage as possible. You start with an 11 card hand, and let's see how well we did. So we inflicted 39,000 points of damage. I feel like I could probably do more. Okay, that is an S rank. So I'm going to go ahead and screenshot that. So S rank is anywhere between 50,000 damage and just under 90,000 damage. So I think what we want to try and do is get over 90,000 damage. Now I'll show you the deck that I was using there. There it is. This is the Shooting Star Road skill, which if you've got a Stardust Dragon in your field, it just creates a Formula Synchron, and then it puts 3 tuners from outside of your deck on top of your deck. Now, everything in this deck is all tuners, with the exception of the Junk Converters and the Power of the Guardians. So we did get lucky that the top 5 cards were all tuners. Of course, 3 of them are guaranteed, but the 2 after that are not guaranteed, and all we needed to do was hope that we started with a Junk Synchron in hand and 3 Powers of the Guardian in hand. There is the extra deck. It's an older deck, as you can see, before we even got the 8th and 9th extra deck slots. So if you want to try your own, this is literally all you do. Is really 3 Junk Synchrons and 3 Junk Converters are the only things you need. 3 Powers of the Guardian, because I couldn't think of a better equipment than that. The actual version of the deck plays tuning, and I'm going to put that back in now. which is just add a Synchron monster, which is, of course, you want to add Junk Synchron to your hand, because if you don't normal summon Junk Synchron, you aren't going to get very, very far, because the entire thing relies on summoning in a shooting star dragon. And of course, in here, we do have a second shooting star dragon, but we don't have a second formula synchron, because there's no way to actually summon the formula synchron. The only way to get it back out is if you revive it from the graveyard. So I'm going to go ahead and save that back to where it was. So that is the weird little football event that's going on, but that is not what we are truly here for, because we are just about to complete the stage 4 part, which we have to win against Yami Yugi at level 30, sorry, and the next part will unlock on 7th of October at 6 AM, which it is not currently. There you can see we're at 265,000 points so far. And now let's go ahead and take on Yami Yugi with Noah and see what he says.
Let's duel, Noah. With the bond I have with my friends, I will defeat you.
And we have the Sushi deck that I've been using, where we've got Calculated Victory, which is the one we're going to go with. Which, of course, in fact, actually, before we do, I'm going to show you what the deck list is, because that is important to do. So there is his deck list. He has no extra deck whatsoever, but Shinato's Judgment is a very, very powerful little skill. And that is what we're going to be relying on to win this game here against Yugi with his Moonlight Magic. So I was going to show us a cool little cutscene once we complete the event as well. Okay, that is unfortunate. It's a good thing that we have our skill, which we are going to use. And we're going to summon a Shinato face down. We're allowed to flip that face up. Shinato King, the higher plane. And we're going to activate the skill, which is if you have Shinato on your field, you can just add a Change of Heart from outside your deck to your hand, which is arguably the most broken card in the entire game. I'm just going to go ahead and steal that. And this is the Illusionary Gentleman. And let's go ahead and activate this skill. And we will put one of those back. And we're going to go ahead and get out the big one. Now, hopefully that isn't a mirror force that's face down, otherwise that's going to cause a tremendous amount of problems for us. But let's see. And there we go, a nice easy victory. Change of Heart really does make things a lot easier. And we have double chance, which we are always going to accept. Okay, we can now accumulate Cyber Meter to play the real President Noah Kaiba. And that is episode 4 is now being completed. I expected a little bit of a cutscene to happen there. Okay, let's go ahead and take Noah on. The skill is called You Can't Beat Me. wonder if that's a John Cena reference? He can't see me. Let's see if we can beat him with Sushi. I think this is supposed to be reference to the volcano that Noah and Kaiba face each other at. That does what now? I don't think that's all that fantastic, if I'm completely honest. May as well activate this off the bat. Because if we don't, it's going to be rather useless. We're just going to try and summon the everything this turn. We have all of our dreadnoughts. Okay, I was needlessly skeptical and worried, but it seems that we didn't have any reason to be. I was expecting something to activate from hand, and that's why I was cautious, but... Oh, and we did get another one of these. Although it is more of these that we're looking for. Both versions of the spell. Okay, so we have achieved B rank or higher, B+, A rank, A+, and S rank, and we've dueled once in Ultimate 11. So let's go ahead and receive all of those. We've got 60 gems for that. And there is another 10 over there. And our lifetime reward for reaching level 15 will give us that icon. So if we play 5 times, it's going to give us another 10 coins. And then if we play 10, it's going to give us another 10 coins. And if we get an S plus or higher, then we're going to get the completed status. Now how are we going to get more than 90,000 damage? I'm sure there must be something that I'm forgetting, some kind of skill that doubles or triples in effect and damage or attack. I'm wondering if there's something that I can do with perhaps Union attack? Have something that can attack multiple times? Would that even make a difference? I don't know. Can I maybe do something with Winged Dragon of Ra? I'm sure there must be something, some kind of combination that I can do to make a nigh infinite attack. Just can't think of one off the top of my head. Not one that's legal by the ban list anyway. Having access to a few limiter removals would be pretty cool, but I'm pretty sure that limiter removal is very deliberately not in the game. So what is the next thing that we have to do? Okay, so we've done everything that we can so far. So the end of the event is just unlocked from October 7th at 6 AM. We do still need to get 2 more of Stars Align above the shrine. And we need 3 of Shinobird's Calling. Because, of course, when we level Noah all the way up, it is going to automatically give us a playset of Shinobaron Peacock, Shinobaroness Peacock, Shinobaron Shade Peacock, and Shinobaroness Shade Peacock. It will give us a copy of all of those, but it does not give us the ritual spells of which to actually summon them, which is why we need to get them from this event. Now, you will be able to get one from this little part here. Once you get over 300, you'll be able to get a Shinobird Calling from there. And if need be, I can pay 100 to get one of the Stars Align above the shrine as well. I don't think any of the rest of it is really needed or required, but those 2 spells that are both ritual spells most certainly are. Let's go ahead and fight Noah again, just before we finish up the little video here today. But let me know how you guys are getting on with the football event or the soccer ball, depending on where you're from. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and activate this one first. Like, that's probably sufficient. It has double attack, it can attack twice, and it's 2,200. And the opponent doesn't have anything on their field. But just in case they want to start using anything from hand, that is why I am doing this. Also going to use this effect, just negate their face-up spell. And I've got a few backups there, just in case anything goes completely wrong here. Might as well destroy that. And nothing to worry about there at all. Once again, I have shown my sushi deck in previous videos, but I'll show it once again just in case anyone missed it and really likes the idea of what I'm doing with these sushi. So this is it. It is 3 of Une, 3 of Shari Red, 3 of regular Shari, 3 of Ikra. It's 3 Painful Decision, because it allows you to just send the normal one to get the effect version, 1 singular MST, 1 singular enemy controller, and 3 Ice Dragon's Prison. Of course, if you don't have Ice Dragon's Prison, the likes of Book of Eclipse or anything else that is the kind of thing that will just keep you alive a little bit longer would also completely suffice. In terms of my Xyzes, the only things you really need is the 2 Ikura class Dreadnoughts, the 2 Uni class Super Dreadnoughts, and then it's really what you feel like. The Knight here, he is very good for being defensive, because he redirects anything that targets to anything else. Mail of Vincent is very, very good for things that cannot be destroyed. It banishes instead. Then we have Vespento, which does piercing damage, just in case the opponent has something in defense that you cannot get rid of, and if you have no way of getting into the Uniclass Super Dreadnought, which can attack directly, then this is your next best thing. It can also be put over any of your rank 4s. And then lastly, we have Utopia, which is again very good for being defensive. It stops your opponent from declaring any attacks, but you can also put Utopia the Lightning on top of it, and when he attacks an opponent's monster, so long as you've got a Utopia underneath him, then you can detach to a material, and his attack becomes 5,000, which allows you to attack over things that can't be targeted. And there we are. That is how I play Sushi. I prefer Ice Dragon's Prison to Book of Eclipse in this deck, purely because a lot of the decks that give you problems, you can circumvent by having Ice Dragon's Prison. For example, if the opponent is playing E-Heroes or such, when they go into one of their big E-Heroes, you simply just summon any other warrior and then banish their thing, and it kind of puts a stop to what they're doing. If they are playing something along the lines of any kind of Shooting Star Dragon, or any of the synchro things, a lot of them you can just go ahead and banish, because the materials will also be part of that as well. Anything that uses Xyzs generally has to detach a material in order to use the effect, and when you do that, you just steal the material and then just banish the other thing in the field, because most of the time it will have the same stat, the same type. So this, also the other thing is, this is for all intents and purposes a Call of the Haunted that works from the opponent's field, so, or the opponent's graveyard. So there's a lot of times that you can just attack directly with the Superclass Dreadnought, and if you've got this one in the field, it'll allow you to destroy a card on the opponent's side of the field, and then you can just go ahead and bring that card back if the current things that you have in the field isn't enough to finish the opponent off. And yes, there we are. So that is now going to be it for this little video, folks, and I really hope that you've all enjoyed, and if you did enjoy it, please give me a like, share, and subscribe, and if you are subscribed, make sure you click that notification icon so that you can see when more of these glorious little videos go out, and we shall see you all in the next video. Goodbye, everybody.